welcome in to be our guest, and I'm holding this wonderful plaque here that Jack had from attending the actual groundbreaking for Hyundai. And when they put that shovel in the ground, not only did it make wonderful, wonderful soil for producing cars, great manufacturing, but everything that Hyundai has done has made this a richer community. And we're going to talk today with Scott Posey, who is with Hyundai in public relations primarily and general affairs. And we wanted to talk a little bit about, I love that Korean culture, that what they do is they care about creating everything better, not just cars, but they look at Montgomery and surrounding areas, and they have been supportive in making all of us better through their support. Could you tell us some of the things that Hyundai does to give back?
Sure. And so aside from employing 3,800 people from the river region in Alabama and all of the thousands of suppliers that the facility supports, there's also a very strong sense of being a good community steward.
Yes.
And probably one of the strongest, I would say, what we call the river region, roughly the 75 miles around our facility. So each year, and I won't give specific amounts, but I'll say it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's more than $500,000 a year that HMMA invests in various projects, initiatives, nonprofits, organizations, not just in Montgomery, but in surrounding communities. And some of these create step change. I mean, it's not just sponsoring events. And I can think of one example that around 3 years ago, HMMA partnered with the Montgomery Public School System and with Auburn University's, I'm going to use a lot of acronyms, SCORE, Southeastern Center for Robotics Education, to create robotics teams in each of the middle schools in Mobile County. And so we named it HIRE, the Hyundai Initiative for Robotics Excellence, and invested almost $100,000 in getting this off the ground 3 years ago. Since then, there are now HIRE robotics teams in every single public middle school in Montgomery. The next phase was to put that into high schools, that same program. It required additional considerable investment to do that. So today, every high school has a robotics team, a HIRE robotics team. We sponsored a national robotics competition that was held at Great Wolf Lodge. And robotics teams from all over the country were coming and competing with our HIRE branded robotics teams here in Montgomery. And so we're phasing this out not just to the benefit of Montgomery County, but our employees. We're a regional employer, so our next phase is Autauga County. We would like to do and hope and expect that the elected officials, that the education leaders in Autauga County are going to be excited and want to do this as well, because we would just like to keep growing it and scaling it. Is just an example. But aside from what Hyundai invests from a corporate standpoint, we have nearly 4,000 very, very generous employees. So we have a number of drives each year where they reach deep down in their pockets for the personal money. And I would say, I'll give an example, United Way, this last United Way campaign that we had, our employees personally donated well over $100,000 out of their own pockets. Wow. Very similar support for the Montgomery Area Food Bank, for example.
Yes.
So I think they all realize they're blessed, that we're all very fortunate to have Hyundai in our community, and that there are, and for many of us, our very worst day, if we look at it, could be someone else's very best day.
That's right.
For most of us. So so it's a team effort. They're very generous as well as Hyundai.
Well, I think what I love about everything that you have taught us is the fact that we have a company that has enriched the lives of everyone in our area. And I think also you followed through with that culture of being a corporate citizen who is a community support And you people realize that when you help your community, it stretches through everything. It's your workforce, it's all of us who live here, and basically it's what all of us should be doing. We should be reaching out to help each other.
That's right.
And that part of the culture, the understanding that what we do for one person makes everything better. And that's part of what I love about the Hyundai culture and that Korean culture. And we just wanted to take this opportunity to have you in to our show and teach.
I'm so glad you. I love talking about this because I find it fascinating, and I am also so very grateful to Hyundai for being in Montgomery. I mean, I'm an employee there. They hired me, so.
Well, it's just it's great, and we met at the ballet. Actually, that's where we met, and they support things.
The arts. We have 5 different areas:
everything.
health and recreation, education, environment, diversity. So we have these what we call pillars that
Right.
that we tend to want to support and put our investments in. And it's so fun because we're already working on. I mentioned higher, but we're already working on some other things with the Montgomery Public School System. I can't mention it now.
That's
'cause
fine.
It's not done yet, but I think it's going to be so very innovative. And it's going to be another great opportunity to raise the quality of life for people in Montgomery and the River.
Part of our purpose is there's so much bad out there. By George, we like talking about the good things.
That's right.
Scott, you're a good thing. Hyundai, a good thing, and thank you. And we'll be right back.